Today, we're going to be looking at combos that got invented in 2024 for Magic the Gathering. Basically, a combo where a new card was printed in 2024 to enable something new. We're going to start off with Julian with a very funny little suggestion here. Crystal Barricade, a 2-mana 0/4 wall. It's got Defender. You have Hexproof. That's great. Does anyone love Hexproof out there? Anybody? I think a lot of people love it. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. That's good because apparently we can blow everything. Maybe not everything. We can blow a lot of stuff up off the board with Slagstorm. The 3-mana sorcery deals 3 damage to each creature, or it deals 3 damage to each player. I choose creature because Crystal Barricade says prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. Well, that's not combat damage. Frankly, you can actually just combo Crystal Barricade with, like, any red burn sweeper, effectively. Why don't we just go... Well, I mean, both these cards came in 2024. I'm sure there's an even better card than Slagstorm that we could jam in here. Okay, Pedgeman says, let's go, Yagra and 2 Cauldron Familiar. Yagra. I forgot about this card, and its monumental effect on multiple formats. Okay, 5 mana for a 6/6 Elemental Cat. Ward, you got to sacrifice a food. Now, well, I don't got any food. What am I going to do for getting food around here? Well, we do have other creatures are food artifacts in addition to their other types and have pay 2, tap, sacrifice this permanent, you gain 3 life. It's almost like it's what's it called? Reminds me of Vein Ripper. Ward, sack a creature. I mean, you gotta sack food. Your creatures are basically food. Whenever a food is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put 2+1/+1 counters on Yagra, Eater of All. And then we got Cauldron Familiar. It can't block. Whenever it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Is this the original one? This looks like an arena version. There, this is the real one. Enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Sack a food, return Cauldron Familiar from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, if you have 2 of them in play, I learned this in Pioneer. This is just a combo. You sack because the Cauldron Familiar are food, according to the Yagra. So you sack 1 Cauldron Familiar. Because you can say, like, each Cauldron Familiar looks at each other. You're food! You're also food. That's great. So you sacrifice a Cauldron Familiar to get the other Cauldron Familiar out, to get the other Cauldron Familiar, and they just keep swapping, entering the battlefield, making you lose all your life until you've got none left. Okay, Mean Brulee. We got Mean Brulee with a Rakdos the Muscle, Forsaken Miner, and the Phyrexian Altar. Rakdos the Muscle, Forsaken Miner, and a Phyrexian Altar, huh? Phyrexian Altar. Hope this is easy to understand. Let's start at the beginning. Rakdos the Muscle. You need some muscle around here. 5 mana, 6/5 Demon Mercenary with Flying and Trample. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, exile cards equal to its mana value from the top of target player's library. Until your next end step, you may play those cards, and mana of any type may be spent to cast those cards. Okay, so whenever we sacrifice a creature, maybe whenever we sacrifice it to Phyrexian Altar, huh? Sack another creature. Rakdos the Muscle gains indestructible until end of turn. You can also tap it. And then we have Forsaken Miner. It can't block. Well, that's useless to me. Whenever you commit a crime, that's when we target somebody. That's illegal around here, apparently. That could get you in jail. If you do, return Forsaken Miner from your graveyard to the battlefield. Maybe you commit a crime, you can pay a black. Oh, I see. Okay. So we sack for Phyrexian. That's cool. So we sacrifice the Forsaken Miner to the Phyrexian Altar. We're going to use Rakdos the Muscle. We're basically milling, right? We're just milling people. We're going to target people. They're going to commit a crime. And then for a black, do we get black? No, add 1 mana of any color. That's important. That's great. And then we get Forsaken Miner back over and over and over again and exile everyone's libraries. That's right. Look at that. Combo so straightforward. Even I could figure that one out. Let's go with Steve Cooper. Bloodletter of the Aquazots. Oh, and the Unstoppable Slasher. Yeah, Unstoppable. Was it? I don't know if this is still big in Pioneer. I saw it quite often. No, I guess it is. Because I keep seeing Bloodletter. Because the Unstoppable Slasher, the 3-mana 2/3, when it deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. Now that's a combo with the Bloodletter of Aquazots. Because if an opponent would lose life during your turn, they're going to lose twice as much life instead. So basically, one shot, one kill. They're going to take damage, they're going to lose half their life, then they lose the other half at the same time. Still huge in Standard? Well, that's good news, because I planned on building a deck to beat those decks. Kano with Bellow. Bard of Brambles. So many arts. This is a very pretty art. It's Steve Cooper. Okay, Enduring Courage. And Blasting. Enduring Courage. And Blasting Station. What's Blasting Station doing in 2024? Okay, Bellow of the Brambles, 3-mana 3/3. During your turn, each non-equipment artifact and non-aura enchantment you control with mana value 4 or greater is a 4/4 elemental creature in addition to its other types and has indestructible and haste. And whenever this creature deals combat damage, you get to draw a card. Enduring Courage. Whenever another creature you control enters, it gets +2/+0 and gains haste. When this thing dies, it can come back to the battlefield, as all the enduring stuff does. Blasting Station. Sack a creature. Deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Whenever a creature comes into play, you may untap Blasting Station. Okay, I don't get it. During your turn, each non-equipment artifact and non-aura enchantment you control with mana. Oh, it keeps coming. Oh! When Enduring Courage dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. But then it's going to become a creature again. So the idea is this thing perpetually comes into play as a creature, and you can perpetually keep sacrificing this damn thing. That is awesome. I think that is absolutely awesome. That's a 10 out of 10 combo. If it was a creature, well, we're going to make it a creature over and over. It doesn't work? It enters the if it was creature, return to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. It's not a creature. But then doesn't it become a creature again? I don't think this works. Damn. Okay, if it doesn't, I'm gonna need some help on this one. If it works or not. Like it says it comes into play. It's not a creature. But then this card says during your turn, all your stuff is a creature. Okay, this one might be 50-50. But when Bellow's a static ability, right? Probably, yes. Definitely a static ability. Or you just, oh, are you telling me it timestamps? We getting stamped by the time around here? Bella has a weird timestamp rule around him. Okay, this one. It's Schrodinger's creature. Or Schrodinger's Bellow. Or Bellow's creature. It could be a creature, it could be an enchantment. Depending on how you understand the rules. Okay, we're gonna move on. Someone in the comment section who knows someone in the comment section who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows a level 2 judge. We need updates on this one. Okay, we go to Teamer, the Millennium Calendar. And all will be one. Okay, hold on, the Millennium Calendar. This came out. Is this too old? All will be one. When did all will be one come out? This is too old. It's too old. We need 2024. At least one card needs to be printed in 2024. It's that's the rule of today's show. At least one. Doesn't need to be all of them, but at least one needs to be printed in 2024. Yeah, exactly. Sad trombone sounds. Or sad Pac-Man sounds. Dang, Return to Ixalan was this year? Was it this year? When did Lost Caverns of Ixalan release date? Or maybe I'm wrong. November 17th, 2023. No, disqualified. Okay, next up, Gillian with Reptilian Recruiter. Reptilian Recruiter. There's another Kiki Jiki. We finally broke Kiki Jiki. Here, finally. It's done by you, Gillum. It was finally done by you. 5 mana for a 4/2 Lizard Warrior trample. When it enters, choose target creature. That creature's power is 2 or less. Or if you control another lizard, gain control of that creature until end of turn. Untap it, and it gains haste until end of turn. That's what we're gonna gain. Well, it's a weird way of winning with Kiki Jiki. I'll give you that. Kiki Jiki. So you're going to gain control of your own Kiki Jiki over and over and over and over again. I'd like to gain control. I'd like to gain control of my own card. That's right. And now that I've gained control of my own card, I'm going to untap it. Sounds great. Okay, next up. There's an easy way to learn about this. You just look at the copyrights. One of them has to be 2024. It's got to be a new card. It can't be a reprinted card. Although I'm probably not going to catch those. Julian with the super chat. Thanks so much. Leyline Axe and Fervent Champion. Is that going to be the way for Fervent Champion? Is that how we're going to break Leyline Axe? A lot of people are quite hyped on this card. Apparently, it's a huge bomb in Limited. The 4-mana equipment. If this card is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Equipped creature has +1/+1 and has double strike and trample. But it's got equip 3. So it's Leyline of the equipment. Well, it's still a little clunky, but not if you have Fervent Champion on the battlefield. Red 1/1. Now it's got first strike and haste. When it attacks, another target knight you control gets +1/+0. But here's the deal. Equip abilities you activate. That target Fervent Champion cost 3 less to activate, which means Leyline Axe is 100% free. Free onto the entering the battlefield. Free to equip. That's value. Benjamin, this is not necessarily a bad combos video. Oh god, this is too long. You gotta say, okay, save that one for the bad combo day. I'm sort of looking for good combos to be. It can be bad combos. Honestly, looking for good combos and simple combos. Lewis with Twitching Doll. Freed from the Real. And Kinnan. How big is this combo in Commander, out of curiosity? Okay, we have Kinnan, so whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that mana produced. And then, of course, we're probably going to do some cheesy things with this Freed from the Real, untapping the creature that we tap for mana. And we got the Twitching Doll. It's twitching because it is full of spiders, which is disgusting. It's a 2-mana 2/2 spider. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Put a nest counter on Twitching Doll, and also tap sacrifice Twitching Doll. Create a 2/2 green spider creature token with reach for each counter on Twitching Doll. Activate only as a sorcerer. How does this infinitely do anything? Look at the top 5. You said, like, I think there was like the comment. It does infinite mana. I understand. Infinite counters. I don't understand. Infinite tokens. It's just infinite mana, right? That's all it does. Well, also infinite. Probably do whatever the hell you want off the infinite. Do whatever you want off the top of your deck. Nothing beats free except Vexing Bauble. That's right. You got that right. A Blackbird with Vraska, Betrayal Sting. Vraska. Always Betrayal. -9 loyalty. Okay, Innkeeper's Talent. Thank you for letting me know. Sometimes I don't even look at the ultimate because I always assume that has nothing to do with it. But also, thanks for letting me know the level 3 on Innkeeper's Talent. So we get to level 3. And at level 3, it costs 4 mana. If you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice of that many counters of those kinds on the... okay, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. Wow, that's worded like a tongue twister. And then we go -9 from the Vraska Betrayal Sting. -9. If target player has fewer than 9 poison counters, they get a number of poison counters equal to the difference. Okay, we're going to 9. And then we're going to 10. That's not bad. It's hard to pull off, but it's not bad. Does the combo have to be known? Nope. You can make it up. It's okay. I am honestly farming for ideas for a video on my main channel, but you can do whatever you want. Okay, we got Safifi, Valkyrie's Call, and then Curse of Conformity, and Goblin Bombardment. Okay, we got Goblin Bombardment. Sack a creature, deal 1 damage to target creature or player. We got the Curse of Conformity. If you conform. Well, you know, everyone wants to be different, but then at the same time, everyone feels safe being the same. Enchant player, non-legendary creatures, enchanted player control. Ooh, they have base power and toughness, 3/3, and lose all creature types. That is insane! That is awful! But then you know what? A token player is like, you know what? This actually grows my creatures. Okay, Valkyrie's Call for 5 mana. Whenever a non-token, non-angel creature you control dies, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. It has flying, and it is an angel in addition to its other types. I don't get it. So when a non-token, non-angel creature dies, it comes back to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. It has flying and is an angel. Is this just infinite creatures or something? Whenever a non-token, non-angel creature you control dies, just comes back. I don't understand. Like, what doesn't make this like an infinite sack outlet? Whenever non-token, non-angel creature. Oh, sorry. It comes back into play as an angel. Oh, if it's not an angel, it becomes an angel. But the problem is the Curse of Conformity has made all the angels conform. It's not an angel counter, right? No, it just has flying. Sometimes there's a counter that says, you have flying. You can't lose the flying. Oh boy, here we go with timestamps again. Oh, the curse erases the angel creature types. They just keep coming back. They just keep coming back. Just keep coming back. Like the cat that came back. I heard a judge call earlier, but was getting off a plane, so I couldn't answer. It's funny. Dangerous one. All right, what do we got here? Bloodthirsty Conqueror. What was the new card in this set, by the way? Oh, Foundations. The Foundations. I didn't even verify. Okay, Bloodthirsty Conqueror. And then Marauding Priest, +1 damage. Oh, is this that new combo? Oh, it's the new... It's the combo everyone is incredibly scared of, but hasn't done anything yet. There's so much fear around... Oh, no, maybe it's not this one. Is it this one? Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Flying Death Touch. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Yeah, this is like a... I don't know if this is one or if this is the combo. It's like a 2-card combo. And also, it's like somewhat on curve. Go Marauding Blight Priest. I'll have to admit, this card is sort of a stinker. It's just a 3/2 for 3 mana. It's not even going to be a very good attacker. But then, yeah, the Exquisite Blood on a Body. Well, yeah, some people love it. Yeah, if the opponent loses life, you gain that much life. But the thing is, when you gain that much life, each opponent's going to lose 1 life. But whenever they lose life, you're going to gain that much life. And we just keep doing this until you drain them to death. Has this actually been a thing yet in Standard? Like, is this real? I haven't played Standard yet to know if, like, this is a real... It's awkward. I mean, hey, one of the combo pieces is 5 mana. Read the Conqueror flavor text that's written in it. This town swims with such exquisite blood. I will take every drop for my own. Oh yeah, oh, they're making mention of exquisite blood. They even know. They're breaking the fourth wall here. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. He's just not a regular, what's it called? Deadpool. Okay, next up. We've got Christopher B. Kaith plus anything with persist plus any sack outlet. I like your style. Kaith plus anything with persist. Okay, this is a 4-mana 3/3 with Fabricate 1. Other non-token creatures you control have Fabricate 1, which means the creature enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it or crit a 1/1. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So the persist creature, when it dies, comes into play with a -1/-1 counter, but they're going to cancel each other out. Also, this can populate and proliferate. And then what was the other thing? Oh, a sack outlet. I like your style. I like that style a lot. Don't even give me the card. Just give me the one card that matters. Give me the other two mechanics. It was simple. Now we can go on to another person's card, like John. Okay, what the hell is this? Vesuvan Diplomacy? Duplimacy. Vesuvan. We're gonna duplicate here. Then we have Outcaster Blazer. What they blazing with here, and then Doppelgang. Okay, let's take this from the top. Are any of these cards new? 2020. Oh wow, this came out in 2024. I feel like I've been playing against Outcast or Trailblazer for forever. Yeah, okay. So the Vesuvan Duplimacy, 4-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that artifact or creature, except it's not legendary. We're gonna get a token that's not legendary. Outcaster Trailblazer enters the battlefield, add 1 mana of any color. Whenever, oh man, I played against this a lot in Pioneer. Feels like an eternity. Maybe I played against this card too much. Whenever another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you get to draw a card. You can also plot this card. Okay, and then we have Doppelgang. For each of X target permanents, create X tokens that are copies of that permanent. I don't get it. So for each of X target permanents, create X tokens. So we're going to make a bunch of these. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that artifact or creature, except it's not legendary. So I'm going to make, so I target this thing again, another one for each of X target permanents, create X tokens that are copies of it. I honestly have no idea how this works unless I put the wrong card in. Makes absolutely no sense to me. All I understand is like we're gonna get 2 Trailblazers for some reason. Yeah, some assembly required, some explanation needed. I need the instruction manual. Oh, we target the enchantment. So whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that. No. Can this target the Duplimacy? For each target permanent, create X tokens that are copies. I guess you could do that. But like, I think they'll all see each other and you draw your entire deck. They add a mana when you copy. So infinite mana. They add mana when you copy. No, yeah, but like, how do you get infinite creatures is the question I'm asking. Also, if you draw your entire deck, can you stop? Enters the battlefield, add 1 mana of any color whenever a creature powerful or greater enters under your control, draw a card. Sounds like I don't even see how you get infinite creatures, to be honest. I mean, if you create extra Vesuvan Duplimacies and Trailblazers, if I copy this twice. Okay, Trailblazer copies see each other. Okay, I understand that part. So, then what? Then what, John? Okay, I'm gonna move on. I don't know how this combo works. This is like something I just need to play on Arena, and then whatever happens, happens. And it might be spectacular. It might not be. Oh, it's not infinite? I needed some. What is the net result? You're gonna get 2 creatures, 3 creatures, 4 creatures, something like that. Okay, moving on. I'm going to go to Pejman, Safi, Eric's daughter. Sack to target. We got Fiendish Panda. Sack it to sack outlet. It comes back and brings Safi back. There we go. That's the Christopher B way of describing things. So hold on. We are sack to targets. What does that mean? Sacrifice it when target creature is put into a graveyard. This turn, return that card to the battlefield. Oh, are we gonna target Fiendish Panda? Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Whenever this creature dies, return another target non-bear creature. Could be Safi. She's seen a lot of bears, but she's not a bear herself. With mana value less than or equal to this creature's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Is this like infinite ETBs? Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on the screen. We're not going to gain life. It's just like infinite. It's infinite ETBs. It's a look what I can do sort of combo. Okay, next up. Who has nothing yet? Anyone new in the chat? Okay, we've got Old Boy with Naru Miha. The Master Wizard with Molten. Okay, here, Molten Duplication. 2 mana sorcery, create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. It gains haste until in turn, sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Does that work? So, when Narumiha... Oh, maybe it does. When Narumiha enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, so what is the idea? Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control. Somehow I need to Molten Duplication something. Then I Narumiha to make a copy of Molten Duplication while it's on the stack. Then I make a copy of Narumiha, which then makes a copy of Molten Duplication. Oh yeah, infinite times. That's crazy. Beanpot says, I haven't had anything yet, but I got nothing too. Well, that's sad. Give us something here, Beanpot. Anything. Give us anything. Okay, Zeus Alternative with Innskeeper Talent. Level 3. I love the description. Wow, another Innskeeper Talent combo. We got Wrenn and Realm Breaker. The ultimate, again, the ultimate, and Fanatical Firebrand. Thanks so much for giving me the details. You know, there's so many times they just make me read everything. And I'm like, does this first ability work? Does this second ability? Is it like, what part of these cards actually combo? And then I just look stupid on stream. Okay, somehow this tiny, hasty goblin that can be sacked for 1 damage is going to break the game. If you would, again, level 4 at 4 mana, if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice as many of those kinds of counters. And then we have Wrenn and Realm Breaker, -7. You get an emblem with you may play lands and cast spells from your graveyard. Well, I don't understand this now. How does this win the game? Fanatical Firebrand is funny. I have a feeling we have the wrong win condition. This has nothing to do with counters. You get an emblem with play lands and cast permanent spells. Oh! Hold on. Lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. You get an emblem. You may play lands and cast spells. Oh, yeah. So we can cast this from the graveyard. Does it go infinite, or you're just casting it from the graveyard over and over again? Isn't this the combo is just Fanatical Firebrand and Wrenn? If you would put 1 or more counters, we don't even need Innkeeper's Talent. That wasn't even necessary. Yeah, you can get it done faster. That's for sure. Okay, but whatever. It counts. It counts. Can Old Man get a combo? Absolutely, toads. But you're better off whenever you're like, you should be like, can an old man get a counter and then give me the counter? Okay, I got your counter locked up. And we're going to take a look at that counter. But first, we have to thank our sponsors today, okay? FusionGamingOnline.com. We're going to look at many more amazing combos. But those combos can be bought from FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget, cash in on that Black Friday sale, all right? You don't know how long those Black Friday sales are going to still last. You can get up to 25% off your Magic cards, your Pokemon cards, your board games, Yu-Gi-Oh! They do all card games at FusionGamingOnline.com. This is one of the best sales of the year. If you're missing any cards for your Commander, Pioneer, Modern decks, trying to fill in the cracks, go check out their inventory at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't miss that deal. But I'll tell you what, if you do miss the deal, it's okay. You can always use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off anyway. Oh, it's not going to work on that Blockbuster sale at Fusion Gaming. Okay, we're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Play any deck, any format you want. You can play it, you know, if there's a certain combo you want to play, just go play that in that format. You can play Legacy combos. We got combos and Modern combos and Pioneer combos and Pauper, for crying out loud. And when you're renting with Mana Traders, you can get 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription when you use coupon code Nikachu_4VU at checkout. Okay, next. Back to combo world here. Okay, old man wants a combo. Old man Toads. We got Balloon Nan. It's not even a word. It's not even Balloon something. Toads. This is already failing. You're not even giving me the real cards here. Balloon something. Balloon N. I don't know what this card is. Okay, you have to give me. I have no idea what this is. Sorry about that, Toads. Okay, we'll get back to it later. Balloon Man? There is no Balloon Man card in the game. Okay. Oh, the Jolly Balloon Man. There is. Okay. Okay, moving on. Oh, that was my fault. Okay, it's not your fault, Toads. My sincerest apologies. I'm an idiot. Village Bell Ringer. And then any mana dork. You enjoying the tea? I will. Okay, we got the Bell Ringer. 3 mana, 1/4. Flash. Enters the battlefield. Untap all creatures you control. And then we got the Jolly Balloon Man with haste, which also can be tapped for mana. Pay 1, tap. Create a token that's a copy. Oh, no, it can't be cat. Okay, what was it? We need 1 card that taps for mana. Jolly Balloon Man doesn't tap for mana. Any mana dork. Okay, we have any mana dork. Let me just read this card. Haste. Pay 1. Tap. Create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control, except it's a 1/1 red balloon creature, in addition to its other types, and as flying and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. So my guess is we are then going to play we're gonna make a copy of the Village Bell Ringer. Flash enters the battlefield, untap all the creatures, including the mana dork. So we untap the Jolly Balloon Man plus the mana dork to reactivate the mana ability. And then we go on. Yeah, damn. No, I don't think you made a typo. I just didn't read it because I'm an idiot. Anyway, this is a absolutely sweet combo, if you ask me. You get to play with balloons. The Pyro of Mr. E. We got... How big of combo is this? Curie. Emergent Intelligence. And then Phyrexian Dreadnought. Ooh, we're going deep. Not infinite, but a lot of draw. Also, my newborn saw my decks and has already grabbed Mill. There we go. A natural Mill player. Got to get them while they're young. Okay, Curie Emergent Intelligence, the 2 mana 1/3. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its base power. For 2 mana, exile another non-token artifact you control. Curie becomes its copy of the exiled creature, except as when this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its power. That's a lot of value. So what you can do is you go Phyrexian Dreadnought. You don't even need to keep it in play, right? When it comes into play, sacrifice any number of creatures with total power of 12 or more. Well, you can do that with Phyrexian Dreadnought. You can elect to sack total power 12 and then sack your Dreadnought. but then your Curie stays in play. So you do have to pay 2 while it's on the stack. We've got to pay that 2 mana, all right? But then when we swing, we're going to cash in big time. This is, it's going to be like winning the lottery. It's a good day for us. Okay, just a random age with, I like this combo. That's really cool, by the way. I think it's super cool. Okay, Volgavoth Terror Eater. Volgavoth. I hate this Volgavoth, I hate this name. Terror Eater. Awful name. Really awful name. Hard to remember how to spell. Helm of it's another Helm of Obedience combo, is it? This is the 4 mana artifact. Pay 1 X. Target opponent puts cards from the top of their library into their graveyard until a creature card or X cards are put into the graveyard this way. Whichever comes first. If a creature card is put into the graveyard this way, then we have to sacrifice the Helm of Obedience. Valgavoth, though, is going to say, if a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. What that means is that we're never going to hit a creature. Now, will we? Actually, I think that's great, because the old combo was with, what's it called? Rest in Peace? Rest in Peace was the old combo with this, but that's sort of awkward, because Rest in Peace... You know, I don't know how you people feel about this, but Rest in Peace is not really an aggressive card. But at least Valgavoth, you know, that's sort of an aggressive card. It's at least a 9/9. It's a little bit more expensive, don't get me wrong. It's easier to... I think it's easier to, you know, justify than putting Rest in Peace in your main deck. Okay, moving on. Who do we have here? We got Benjamin Berkeley. With the Bloodthirsty Conqueror and the Starscape's Cleric. You're telling me that there's more than one combo in Standard? Or is the Cleric not from Standard? No, it's from Standard. The Cleric is a cheaper alternative to Enduring Tenacity, but Tenacity is better to use because it's a bit harder to remove. So, of course, remember, whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Starscape Cleric says, this creature can't block. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Is this... Oh, this is just the same thing, right? Opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Get out of here! So, hold on, but you have to gain life. That's a problem. You need to gain life to trigger this. No, you don't. So I just attack with the Starscape Cleric, make my opponent lose life. I gain life. Then if I gain life, opponent loses 1 life. This is insane! So there's actually 2 cards in Standard that like combo off? I didn't know about this one. These are both modern... These are both Standard legal. And this card's good! It can't block, but it has flying. The purpose is not to block. The purpose is go face and win on the spot. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, next up. We have a super chat from Steve Cooper, nonetheless. Fling and always fling. Okay, let's get Blood Letter of Alclazots. You want Gigantosaurus. Oh, Fusion Gaming sale changed to Cyber Money. It's just 25% now. Hold on. Black Friday sale. I thought I refreshed. Oh, Cyber Monday sale. It's got on another page for some reason. Oh, thanks for letting me know. The Cyber Monday sale ends December 2nd at midnight. Oh, it's the same thing, I think. 10 to 25% off. 15% world site-wide. I think the sale is the same. It's branded differently, you know? It's just branded a little differently. Okay, thanks so much, Steve Cooper. And then what are we gonna... Which of these things are we gonna fling? I guess the... Gigantosaurus. Bloodletter says if an opponent loses life this turn, or they lose twice that much life. So we're gonna fling the Gigantosaurus. I would just love to see that actually happen. Someone picks up the Gigantosaurus and then hucks it across, I don't know, a mountain or something to smash into its target. Yeah, you hit for 10, then you're going to deal with the other 10. Who has no card yet? David Sampson, I think, has no card yet. Okay, fear of missing out. FOMO, huh? And then Brutaclad. Molten Duplication. Copy FOMO before combat. Use Brutaclad tokens to keep making new FOMOs. Infinite combat. Okay, hold on. Copy FOMO before combat. Okay, this copies things. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact. In addition to its other types, it gains haste until end of turn. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. So we're going to copy our Fear of Missing Out, which enters the battlefield. You draw and discard a card, but as Delirium. Whenever Fear of Missing Out attacks for the first time each turn, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, untap target creature. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase only for the first time. Okay, so what is step 2? Use Brutaclad tokens to keep making new FOMOs. We need more FOMO. More FOMO around here. All right, 6 mana for a 4/4. Creature tokens you control have haste, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 2/1 blue mirror artifact creature token. They may choose a token you control. If you do, each other token you control becomes a copy of that token. It works. Miss Bright, look, I'm getting everybody. Everyone's getting a card, okay? I'm doing my best. There's like a billion of you. Morality shift. We're gonna go to Bryce now. Morality shift and Doomsday excrude. Hold on. Oh, sorry. There's no such thing as one morality shift. Okay, you need Doomsday Excruciator ×2 plus Clear the Mind 3. Oh no, these are just steps. Clear the Mind. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3. Morality Shift. This is an old card. 7 mana, sorcery. Exchange your graveyard and your library. That's different, that's for sure. Then shuffle your library. Doomsday Excruciator. 6 mana for a 6/6. Note it, there's a lot of new combos that feature black cards. When it enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of the library face down. They exile it. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. Hold on, what is this one? Exchange your... No, this is just yours. And then target player shuffles their graveyard into their library. That would be you, I assume. How does this work? So it enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all... Oh, sorry. Yeah, each player, including you. I guess the idea is... I don't know how you work with this thing. Because your cards got exiled. Right? Enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. Oh, but it's still in play. They just got exiled face. No, but they're exiled. No, but they're still exiled, right? So I don't see how Morality Shift helps you. I still see Exchanger. Oh, I see. You build your graveyard up first throughout the game. So step 1 is have stuff in your graveyard. Step 2, play Doomsday Excruciator. And then you play Morality Shift. And then step 3, target player shuffles their graveyard into their library. Oh, hold on. Aren't these redundant? Look, what is the combo now? Combo is getting somebody to... the combo is get somebody to lose because they don't have cards left in their deck. As far as I can see. Unless there's like another killer condition. You want nothing in your graveyard first? Nothing? Target player shuffles their graveyard into their library. Draw a card. Exchange your graveyard and your library. Oh, yeah, sorry. That's the last thing you want. Okay. There was number 2. Isn't this number 1? So we shuffle our graveyard into our library. No, we don't. Target player shuffle. Oh, no. This is, yes. This is the last one. Okay, I understand. Okay, okay. I was confuzzled. What's funny is Bryce tried really hard to label these things 1, 2, and 3, and I just completely ignored it. So first, we exchange our graveyard and our library. We have no library. All right? There's nothing there. It's empty. Then we go Doomsday Excruciator. Everyone exiles everything but the bottom 6 cards of their deck. I didn't have one. It's not there. And then lastly, we go clear the mind. We shuffle the graveyard into their library. Bryce tried. I just didn't listen, that's all. Jeffrey with Massacre Worm and Maha. Ha. You didn't spell Massacre Worm properly, but I did know what it was. Maha the Feathers Knight. These combo? Okay, this one. Creatures your opponents control have base toughness at 1. Oh my god, they're bringing Massacre Worm back. Another combo in Standard.
No, God, please.
When this creature enters, creatures your opponents control get -2/-2 until end of turn, just wiping everything out. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, they lose 2 life. Basically, it's just GG. You know, if there's any black ramp in Standard, I mean, it's all over, basically. Pabno! Why do you have such a text-based looking super chat? Complicated tier 2 Standard deck. Valley Floodcaller. Enduring Vitality. This town ain't big enough. Vitality equals mana. Caller equals untap. Talent equals retrieve. Town equals bounce. Talent trigger caller. Okay, if I don't figure this out. Okay, so hold on. Okay, let's read these cards. We have a lot of cards here. 3 mana, 2/2. Flash. If you cast non-creature spells as though they had flash. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, and rats you control, they get +1/+1 until end of turn, but you get to untap them. That's big combo potential right there. Just reading that. Enduring Vitality. Creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. They also have Vigilance, weirdly enough. And when this thing dies, it comes back as an enchantment. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Now, it's going to cost 3 less to cast if it targets a permanent you control, which I guess we plan to do. Return up to 2 target non-land perms to their owner's hands. Okay, so what do? So, Vitality equals mana. Okay, Vitality equals mana. Then Caller equals... Okay, this is the... What's the Caller? Oh, this is the Caller. Caller equals untap. Talent equals retrieve. Town equals bounce? What's talent? Storm Chasers. Oh, we're missing a card. Storm Chasers talent. Storm Chasers talent. We're missing 1 card. Aha! 1 blue. What level? Whatever. When errors you get a 1/1 otter. When it becomes level 2, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue and red otter creature token with prowess. I have no idea what the hell is going on here. Yeah, I'm missing 1 card. Well, I got the card, and honestly, it got more confusing than clear. Got a lot more confusing around here. Oh yeah, talented otters is 5% of tournament decks in Standard. That's great. Is this 4-card nonsense an actual combo? So return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Am I like blinking level 2 constantly or something? Return up to 2 target non-land perms to their owner's hand. Can I bounce the Storm Chasers talent and then keep constantly recast it? Talent. Retrieve town, bounce talent, trigger caller. Oh, okay, I see. So we're constantly replaying this town ain't big enough for the both of us to bounce Storm Chasers talent, and I'm assuming that we have enough mana here to constantly recast Storm Chase. How do we get the mana? Where's the mana come from? You know, mana doesn't grow on trees, everyone. Just need level 2 of Storm Chaser's talent to retrieve this town. This becomes level 2. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. But you only get it once. So the way I'm looking at it is you have to constantly bounce Storm Chaser's talent. It's not like everything has haste, right? Creatures control can be tapped for mana. That's the only thing I see out of here. I just gotta trust you. I gotta believe in the trust. Gonna trust that. If you're telling me it's a standard combo, I believe you. I mean, forests literally produce mana. That is true. Forests do produce mana. I don't know how we get infinite mana, though. The deck plays Song of Totentans something X to make tokens to make the mana. Okay, I'm gonna trust that there's like an infinite. I understand. Okay, I understand. If we have infinite mana, you gotta let me know. You have infinite mana, you can keep bouncing this thing over and over and over again. That would make sense to me. Okay, next up, let's take a look at it's super complicated. Honestly, don't know all the here you suggested a combo that you don't know all the details yourself, but it's definitely popped off against me a couple times. Oh, I see. It's like someone did this thing to me on Arena somewhere. It was awful. Hexanort, Screaming Nemesis, Ready/Willing. You need 2 Screaming Nemesis. When any Nemesis are dealt damage, loop the damage between the 2 of them. Thank you very much for the explanation. I love it. Okay, we need 2 of these things. They do have haste. Whenever Screaming Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. Could be to its other better half. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. And so what's the deal? Creatures you control. You can fuse these things. Ready and Willing. Creatures you control are indestructible. Untap each creature. And also creatures you control gain Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. That's interesting. So you can give 2 of your Screaming Nemesises Death Touch, Lifelink, but indestructible. So they're basically killing each other with Death Touch over and over again, but they don't die because they're indestructible. And so you just gain... perpetually bounce the damage against each other and gain a bunch of life. That sounds fantastic. 987 cards that feature plants/trees that make mana. That's a lot of cards. Toads asks, can we see Surefire Selves combo? Sure, why not? Okay, we've got Arabella, Abandoned Doll. A lot of dolls in that Duskmourn set, and Stormherd. Okay, 2 mana for a 1/3. When it attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 2 or less. Deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 2 or less. Interesting. So it just gets buffed by your own stuff on board. Then you go Stormherd for the low price of 10 mana. Sorcery, create X/1/1 Pegasus creature tokens with flying, where X is your life total. Oh, okay. Deals X damage to each opponent. Wow, that's just free damage. That's crazy. I mean, there is a little bit of a problem getting this thing online, but hopefully you're at 40 life. You make a bunch of Pegasus creatures, and you just one-shot someone with Arabella. No one underestimate the doll! Why? Because they kill you in your sleep, basically. Okay, Kano wants some redemption. Black Panther. Animation module. You want Krark? For infinite draw, life tokens, +1/+1 counters, and colorless mana. Okay, Krark. Sack an artifact, you add 2 mana to your mana pool. Animation module. You can put one or more +1/+1 counter. Sorry, whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are placed on a permanent you control, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless servo creature token. I'm sure the third ability doesn't matter. And then we got Black Panther, first strike. Survey the realm. Whenever Black Panther or another creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target land you control. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are placed on a permanent... lands are permanents! We get a 1/1 creature. And then we got Mine Vibranium. Pay 3. Move all +1/+1 counters from target land you control onto target creature. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters are moved this way, gain that much life and draw a card. How does this work? Because this costs 3 mana, right? Choose a counter on target permanent or player. Give that permanent or player another kind of those counters. This only adds 2 mana. Where's the 3rd mana? Sack Servo to Krarklan Ironworks. Yeah, that okay. 2 mana. Then what? This costs 3. Pay 3. Move all +1/+1 counters from a land onto target creature, which can be, I guess, anything, right? We're short of mana here. Where's this magical? Keep on recurring servo plus ET. I don't know. How do you keep recurring servos? So whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are placed on a permanent you control, you may pay 1. Oh, we can pay 1. Oh, sorry. Okay, we can pay 1 if you do create a 1/1 color servo. Oh, I forgot. We can make more servos with animation module. Okay, that works. Yeah, you're right. I thought we were doing it with passively. No, anyway, we can't play it passively. We have to pay the 1. So we can get basically 2 counters out of the 2 mana. That works. Okay. Cool beans. We got Sable Salt, the word of command. Opponent has Tutor in hand. That's part of the combo here. Panglacial Worm. Panglacial. This isn't this isn't a 2024 combo. Sorry, this show is about combos invented in 2024. Like, for example, it just needs 1 card, like the Black Panther, which came out in 2024. 2024 card. So anything invented in 2024 is all fair game. Okay, let's end it on that. We look at that Black Panther. Beautiful Black Panther. Okay, we got the big squig. Slime against humanity. That's a new one. And then so what? Surgical extraction? Is that it? What kind of combo is this? Put a slime in your graveyard. Extract most of the slimes from your own deck. Next ooze is huge. Okay, create a 0/0 green ooze creature token with trample. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is 2 plus the total number of cards you own in exile and in your graveyards that are oozes or named Slime Against Humanity. A deck can have any number of cards named Slime Against Humanity. Oh, that's interesting. So you can have like 1,000,000 Slime Against Humanities in your hand. Play 1. Surgically extract the rest. And then the few Slime Against Humanities you have left are going to be these ginormous ones. Pretty cool. Who has no combo yet? I don't know if Dinglebag didn't get a combo yet. We got Mossborn Hydra. Reshape the Earth. What's with this 10/24, 10/24? Reshape the Earth. Mossborn Hydra sounds like a card that already exists. Except it hasn't. This is a bit of an old card, though. 9 mana, sorcery. Search your library for up to 10 land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. Then we have Mossborn Hydra. It's got trample. It's got 0/0. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. And then landfall. Ooh, that's going to be a big landfall trigger. Whenever a land you control enters, double the number of +1/+1 counters on this creature. We look for 10 land cards. That is a 2020 Hydra. Super big. So whack. Kanda? I don't know what that means. This is some joke that's blowing right over my head here. Jess says Captain America and Excalibur. Is this an actual combo? Captain America. Got Captain America! Which one? Okay, I guess it's this one. And Excalibur. This sounds like something that happened in the comic books. Okay, throw. Pay 3. Unattach an equipment from Captain America. The deals damage equal to that equipment's mana value. Divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. And it's got catch. At the beginning of combat on your turn, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to Captain America. Definitely for the equipment players. Then we have Excalibur. Oh god, that's so unbelievably expensive. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control. Equipped creature gets +10/+0 and has vigilance. Wow, this is a damn flinging machine. Anyone who likes fling, they're gonna love Captain America. That's basically the same. That's basically what it does. That's the same thing. Just going after flings. Chetty VT. Did we look at this one? Enduring Tenacity. Maybe we didn't look on. Actually, maybe we didn't look at this one. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. We see a lot of Bloodthirsty Conquerors today. It's going to be combo summer. Blend plus any damage from life gain, like Shield Dread. That's great. We just need to see another Shield Dread deck out here. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. And then Enduring Tenacity is whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That works, right? Gain life, they lose life. Whenever they lose life, you gain life. You gain life. They lose life. And if it dies, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control, but it's an enchantment. Is this like... Is this just like a deck full of these cards? Like here's like 20 ways to make this combo in standard. It's mono black. I just have to deal 1 damage to you and it's over. It's basically, it's a deck of everything has effectively death. Like, I don't know, everything is a flage. Like, that's how I'm reading this here. Everything is a flage. We just went over, this is at least the 3rd or 4th mono black combo in standard. This is just absolutely bonkers. Okay, did we miss anyone? Anyone with nothing? Oh, Lesthian, we're gonna get you. You're gonna get you on the show, Lesthian. Gremlin Tamer, to be specific. A lot of gremlins out there. Oh, neat card. Okay, Enchanted Evening. And War Leader's Call. Just realized this is a great show. Should have this once every year. Okay, 2 mana for a 2/2 Human Scout with Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, create a 1/1 red gremlin creature. Okay, forget unlocking a room. It's a lot easier when an enchantment just enters the battlefield. Enchanted Evening. All permanents are enchantments, in addition to its other types. And then we have the War Leader's Call. Creatures control get +1/+1. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, which will be an enchantment, War Leader's Call deals 1 damage to each opponent. But then what happens? Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, we get a 1/1 red gremlin creature, which is going to be an enchantment, which means when it enters the battlefield, we deal 1 damage, and we perpetually loop this until our opponent is dead. Pabno, thank you so much for another super chat. If we're doing Hydra, here's a turn 3 combo. Llanowar Elves. That's completely unnecessary. Mossborn Hydra. Ordeal of Nalia. Or sorry, Nylea. Get from 1/1 to a 24/24 in 1 turn. What? Really? This creature enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever a land you control enters, double the +1/+1 counters. Ordeal of Nalia. When an enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sack it. If you sacrifice this aura, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Okay, we gotta do the math. This is a very mathy card. We have to play Mossborn. So we have Llanowar Elves, right? How big is this Mossborn Hydra? Oh yeah, this is turn 2. This is okay. Turn 3, fetch land trigger. We have a fetch land trigger. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, we double. Okay, hold on. We're breaking out Nikachu's calculator for this. We need Nikachu's calculator. We got 1. We're gonna multiply from our fetch. Sorry, yeah, multiply by 2. We have 2. But that's not all, because we have another fetch. We're gonna crack the fetch, right? So we're gonna get another 2. So we're at 4. And then this is where this thing comes into play. Enchant creature. Whenever a enchanted creature attacks, which we will, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Does that change anything? Oh, we don't fetch yet. right? We shouldn't fetch. Hold on. We gotta go. We're gonna divide by 2. Actually, we're gonna even go back even further than that, right? Okay, let's go. Start off with 1. Let's play the Nalia first. +1. So that way, and then we're gonna play our fetch land ×2, and then crack it ×2 again. Now we're at 8. I'm trying to maximize this here. Put a +1. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice this aura. Shoot, it's gonna sack earlier. Have to delay cracking the fetch line to get 24/24 instead of 20/20. Ooh, you're greedy. Backspace. Okay, so we're going to where are we here then? What is the optimal route here? So we crack. I think we have to put the counter on it still. +1. Okay, we have start off with 1. +1 from the Nalia. So we're at 2. So I don't want to play a land. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters, sacrifice this aura. Okay, so I think we have to go ×2. We're going to play a land. Then we attack with this thing. It has 3 counters on it, so we're going to get 2 more lands. So ×2 equals ×2 equals 16. But then we still have our fetch land, right? ×2. Isn't that 32 instead of 24? Can't do Nihilea first because it triggers on combat. Whenever you put a +1/+1 counter, then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice. I don't get this one. We're all in agreement though. It get big. Like there's no doubt about it. It's gonna get really big. Put a point. Then it was 3 counters. Sack the aura. But it has to have 3 counters when it attacks, right? Otherwise, this condition is not gonna make it. Okay, Okay, you want to be attacking for 24/24 that turn. Well, how do you do it then? Can't do Nihilea first triggers. Drop fetch land, play Nihilea, and attack. Crack fetch. Okay, drop fetch. So we have a +1/+1. We drop fetch ×2 equals 2. +1 equals 3. Attack. Okay, we have 3. Goes ×2. We got 6. Oh, and then another one because we got another land. ×2. Then we crack the fetch land. Whoops, no, we're not dividing. We're multiplying. Okay, then we crack the last fetch land for 24. All right, we figured it out. And by we, I mean you did. I didn't do it at all. Okay, let's see. Who does not have cards yet? Julio just showed up. Have we made Innkeeper's Talent level 3 in Nebraska? Yes, we did do that one. We got that one a long time ago. Nadu and Shuko! I'm super original. Oh, yes. Nadu. Shout out to Nadu. Shout out to Nadu and the Shuko.
No! God, please, no!
Very, very original. Nadim, good evening. The tale of Tamio. The Tale of Tamio and Squirming Emergence. What a weird card. Lumra. Below the Woods. With 50 lands in deck and as much shock lands in deck as possible. Like Festering Gulk. Tail is my favorite card at the moment. Okay. Tale of Tamio. Which... Could you tell me which chapter we're on? Chapter 1, 2, and 3 is mill 2 cards. If 2 cards share a type that were milled this way, draw a card and repeat the process. Chapter 4, exile any number of target instant, sorcery, and or Tamio Planeswalker cards from your graveyard. Copy them. You may cast any number of copies. Squirming Emergence. Look like a squid. It's a 3-mana sorcery. Fathomless Descent. Return to the battlefield target non-land permanent card in your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Return to the battlefield target non-land permanent card in your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Then we get Lumra, Vigilance Reach. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. When Lumra enters, mill 4 cards and return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, and so if 2 cards that share the same type were milled this way, draw a card and repeat the process. I don't know. Does this stop? Like, I mean, if you have enough lands in your deck, are you just gonna like accidentally mill yourself out? It doesn't say it's a may. Like, you eventually have to like brick on. If 2 cards share a type, mill this way, draw a card and repeat the process. I'm like, you're gonna have like a bunch of like land cards. Sounds dangerous. Dangerous to your own health. Very suspicious combo. I see where you're going with this though. David Sams is like Psychic Frog and stuff and Lexi. Something Psychic Frog. Did we do Tamio, Inquisitive Student, and Brainstorm? Ain't that the truth? Another Tamio combo. Flying. When it attacks, you investigate. And also whenever you draw your 3rd card in a turn, exile Tamio and return her to the battlefield. Transformed to your owner's control, which is, it does a lot of stuff. Good for her. But the key is it is in 1 card, Brainstorm. You enable your Tamio. Nedim's like, I'll send you a vid of it working. Did you pull it off on Arena? Yeah, we finally broke Brainstorm. As if Brainstorm was a card that needed breaking. Am I missing anyone here? Or did everyone get more or less a combo? Oh, you didn't get a combo, Julo, because you suggested a combo that was already done. How about Cauldron Familiar? Ah, we did that one too. That's a good one. You know, I forgot about that combo. That's a good combo to know. Yeah, we got that one. There's actually a lot of, you know, like, for example, there's, I can't think of the combos off the top of my head. Or can I? What was some interesting combos not mentioned here? For example, I've got this combo with Transmogrify. We got the Case of the Stash Skeleton. So step 1, you play Case of the Stash Skeleton. You get a 2/1 black skeleton creature. And that's important because then you want to play Transmogrify. Is it Transmogrify? Yeah, Transmogrify to exile the creature. And then you can look for... The idea is, the reason you make a creature with the skeleton enchantment is that you don't have creatures in your deck. So then you can get what's it called? You can get anything if you want. You can get a Atraxa. Doesn't anyone want an Atraxa? Everyone wants an Atraxa. Yeah, Rakdos joins up plus Yargle and Multani. You want one more thing with Marvin? Okay, we'll end the we're gonna end the show on this one. Seems like a great idea. We're gonna get Marvin. Marvin's a hell of a combo card, isn't he? Triskelion and Phyrexian Devourer. I hope I understand how this combo works. Phyrexian Devourer. Gonna be devouring around here. How many Devourers are there? Okay, maybe I don't know how this combo is gonna work. 6 mana, 1/1. Its power when its power is 7 or greater, you gotta sack it. Remove the top card of your library from the game. Put counters on Phyrexian Devourer, where X is the remove card's converted mana cost. If Phyrexian Devourer's power is 7 or greater, you must sacrifice it. Triskelion enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it. Remove a +1/+1 counter from Triskelion. It deals 1 damage to any target. Oh, interesting. So Marvin has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. So you can use the Phyrexian Devourer to put the +1/+1 counters on Marvin. And then you're going to use the Triskelion's combo of removing the counters to deal damage to the creatures. That's I think that is a super cool. That's a super cool one to end the show on. Love it. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate hearing all these neat new combos. If anyone knows any banger CEDH combos that were discovered this year with new sets, I'd love to know them in the comment section below. As usual, we do this show 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. my coffee crew. And of course, thank you for everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thanks to everyone who shows up today. People like Jess, Owen, the Big Squig, Christopher B, Argentina, Benjamin, Kano, Steve Cooper, Hexanor, Toads, Gabe. Who do we got? We got the Abyss Soul, Old Boy, Pabno, Jesus, Jess, William, Teamer, David, Sampson. So you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, you keep bringing up them coffees, and we're going to keep bringing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the next cup.